Hi, I'm Adam. I'm one of the directors here at Tyler. Today I've been asked to talk to you about impact of packaging in terms of weight reduction. One of the trends that we're seeing in the market is brands, companies moving to recyclable packaging, but one of the negative impacts we're seeing there is that people are moving to recyclable packaging, but the weight of the recyclable packaging is significantly higher than the conventional packaging they were using. Therefore, the impact on the environment is not better, it's worse for the environment. So what does that mean? If you take for example, like a 2 kg bag, typically when we set out to develop our structure, we said, well, that bag's 120 micron. In order for us to have comparison point for all our LCA data, we need to make a recyclable bag in 120 micron, and it needs to perform in the same way as a conventional structure. Some of the products we're now seeing in the market is some brands are moving to recyclable, which is great, but they're increasing their impact because the structure they're buying, for example, could be 160 micron. Therefore, there's a 30 to 35% increase on their environmental footprint, the impact per product. So if you go back to kind of the Mobius loop, reduce, reuse, recycle, you need to reduce your impact. And that's probably the biggest thing to do. If you look at, like, for example, the plastic tax in the UK, that's about, that's an incentive for people to reduce their environmental impact. We're seeing the opposite of that and looking at the LCA data. So for example, moving from a conventional structure to a recyclable structure, you might have a 16% reduction in fossil fuel usage. You might have a 24% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. But if all of a sudden you're increasing your impact per bag as much as 30% is what we're seeing, 2 kg, like I said, 120 to 160 micron, 12 kg, for example, of pet food, we're seeing our structures 160 micron, we're seeing some competitor structures in excess of 200 micron. This adds up significantly, and it can be hundreds of tons of plastic. So any environmental savings that you should make by moving to recyclable packaging, you've completely blown out the water because you're actually increasing your environmental footprint. I think it's really important for brands to really look at their impact per weight per item, and that should be a major consideration they take into account before moving to recyclable. Again, if people need LCA data, they need some support, please reach out to Tyler. The sales team are here to help you. Thank you very much.